Hey, Queen of the South fans, this is the moment we've all been waiting for months and also postponing as much as we can. But here we are at the series finale of Queen of the South. What a damn episode. Oh my God, I was a baby crying last night. I was so emotional. But anyway, last week I actually ended up seeing a 7-minute clip before joining an online discussion featuring Alicia and Dylan Rodriguez. And it was talking about, the characters of the show and the evolution of Teresa and the writing. And it was just so nice to be able to see a different side of that. And thank you so much to Alicia for not only answering my question, but talking to me, because I was so starstruck. I thought I was going to pass out. I was like, oh my God, what do I even say to her? I feel like an idiot. But oh my God. But anyway, that whole 7-minute clip literally was just trying to prove Teresa's death. But and most of you that saw it, knew that there was so much more to the story. All right, so let's talk about episode 10, okay? The video montage at the beginning of the episode was everything. I loved it because we really got to see Teresa from the beginning, where she was a money changer in Culiacan all the way up to where she is today. Well, today, where she was as the queen, right? It was just really nice to kind of recap and understand she has come such a far way in these 5 seasons. So it was such a beautiful, nice little opening to the whole episode, and really just take a moment to appreciate this series, because I'm most people just want to cut into the action and get the closure and figure it out. But I thought, props to the writers and the directors for that. Anyway, now let's talk about episode 10, all right? Why didn't anybody talk about this part, okay? When we saw Teresa getting killed in episode 9, she was wearing heavier makeup and her hair was straight, right? But when she was at the morgue, she had a natural look on her face and her hair was curly. Why did no one else catch this? And why did we not talk about it for the last 7 days? I mean, we knew at that point that they had faked her death, and this was her out. Very smart, Teresita. You're always 10 steps ahead of everybody, okay? So in episode 9 that we saw James being the sniper, and a lot of people got pissed, but I knew it was out of love. He wanted to get out. She wanted to get out. And what are they going to do? They're going to get out together, and they're going to work on this plan together. And I was really struggling all week to think is Pote in on this plan? Because how sad would it be had he gone off and had no idea that she was still alive? I really would have cried real tears on that. Well, I mean, I did cry real tears last night. But the way to get out was by killing her, according to Devin. But they got out, and it was not by prison or death. It was by life. It was so incredible. So part of her plot was to have Samara come with them to Belize, because when they fake her death, she was an amazing witness. She spoke to the police. The police actually got paid off. And Samara left with a bag full of cash, as did those government officials. And as we know, Teresa Mendoza is muerte. She is dead. All right. Because we all knew that if Teresa was in fact truly dead, Pote would have been a hell of a lot more emotional at the morgue. He was so stone-faced when he was standing outside and just looking through on the mirror. And also when they were in the room, when her body was being pushed in to be cremated. I'm sorry to whoever's dead body that was that had to be a fraudulent Teresa. I hope you died and peacefully and had a natural passing, and we would just use you as a prop. Hopefully nobody else died in terms of that. But that toe tag, or that body tag that was Teresa was burning up, I'm oh, we know better. We know better. And I was so emotional seeing Chicho and Pote being reunited as they head to Culiacan and bring Teresa's final wish to fruition. So she had said to Pote, when we die, our ashes need to be back in Culiacan, literally where they started from, hometown, where their relationship began. And I thought that was so beautiful. And the moment that they just show him like standing up with like the mountains and the birds, and it was so beautiful. And it was like beautiful scenery, just a beautiful moment, beautiful weather. And Pote actually being watched, well, it was a beautiful thing in a sense, because some people might have been like, oh, James really is a snake and he's working with the CIA. But he was doing it not only to send these pictures to Devin, but he went into the police station to take pictures of Teresa's death to prove to Devin, yes, she's dead, we're done, right? So it's like, shout out to James for like just being a badass to try to prove to that ascot wearing prick, Devin Finch, that Teresa Mendoza, the Queen of the South, is no longer, okay? I love James Valdez. He is like my all-time TV series crush, right? And he has such a keen eye because he knew, even after he said he was done, he was being set up by Devin. And you want to know why? That little wire clipping on the floor mat was all that it took. He literally was like, oh shit, there's gonna be somebody here to try to kill me, right? He took a bullet. I was like, for a brief moment, but he made it out safely. And he actually did the first kill of the episode. So sorry, random CIA sniper, but you never mess with James Valdez, right? The second kill of this episode was poor Mike Tucker, the sweet little Little Rock, Arkansas dad of 3, husband to Heidi, just trying to be a nosy neighbor and check in because 2 creepy guys are in front of Kellyanne. Well, you know, not Kellyanne's property, but you know what I mean. What was her name? Oh my God, I'm blanking out right now because I'm just still so emotional. But Mrs. Rodriguez, right? But Kellyanne had her wits about her and the cartel teachings, and, you know, like she knew when she saw those dudes, like, shit, I gotta grab this bag and this baseball hat and run for my life, right? She was smart. She parked the car down the street, everything. But it was sad to see, like, in the rearview mirror, Mike Tucker being shot to death and being dragged off like just some rodent or roadkill. Like, it was just sad. So whatever. Everybody was like predicting that like Mike was going to be part of the CIA. That was another prediction, but like that didn't happen. It's whatever. All right. So more gun violence. We're going to talk about Boaz quickly. Like that scene where he just like showed up at the trailer and machine gun was like blasting everywhere. Like that was true badass, like villain type status. So shout out for that moment, even though I've like literally grown to hate Boaz. I've had a love-hate relationship with him this entire journey. But like taking over Teresa's house, bro, like come on, Cabron. You weren't even invited to the party for the waterfront property because you were trying to like plot a move on Teresa, and now you just come in and think that you own the place. And no, you do not get Avi and the Israeli army. Like, fend for yourself, you fake Rey del Sur, okay? You are not the king of the South. No, but literally, Boaz, like, standing up on the top of that dirt pile was badass. But I also just wanted to know why Teresa's crew actually didn't have machine guns, like, essentially the entire time that she was a cartel leader. They had handguns and they were very skilled, but like, where do you get those from? Honestly, inquiring minds must know. And let's just take a quick moment and take a look at that scene. Okay, we're back. That fight scene between Boaz and Pote was so amazing. Like, mano y mano, you're getting your ass killed right now. You know, I just loved it that Boaz was like, you're showing up to your own funeral. And little did he know, he should have been talking about himself because, you know, you don't just try to take somebody over and expect that you're going to be invincible. So when the Sicario was like, well, you know, Pote was a legend in Sinaloa, like, you got to do this. You got to fight without guns. And when he was like, this is for George, and this is for Kellyanne, and this is for Teresa. Like, I loved it. I was like, bleed from your neck, homie. Have the blood come out. You deserved that bloody, bloody death. R.I.P. Boaz. Rest in pieces is what I mean. All right, no, but the wackest part about the show was Pote going to jail for 47 months. And it had nothing to do with the writers and what they did. I just thought it was whack because I'm like, poor Potemkin going to jail. And for what? A carjacking? Ugh. So stupid. Like, why did that guy have to, like, report his car stolen? And it was such a beater. Like, who wants to drive that hoopty Camry around anyway? Like, just let it go. They probably did you a favor by taking it off your hands. But we understand that the 47 months, like, literally they had to, like, create that storyline in order for the story to actually come to fruition, that, like, Boaz is dead, everybody's living peacefully by the water. Like, I get it. But speaking of waterfront properties, Marcel. Teresa left Marcel the waterfront property, and when I saw him in the preview for this episode and he was back and he was sitting alone in his office and they're wheeling the furniture out, I was like, oh my God, she's gonna leave it to him. She owed it to him because Marcel was part of La Familia. Like, he literally deserved it, and she left him all the money to do it. And Chicho with the bar and is now going to be Marcel's partner in doing this. Like, I love Chicho. He's so wholesome. Like, I don't know. It was just so sad when he was sitting in the chair all strapped up. I'm like, oh, poor Chicho. And the real waterworks was not only with that scene, but, like, just transitioning into the beach scene, like the ending of the show. Little sweetie Pailena, like, building her sandcastle, and Pote coming up with the little wooden soldier. I'm like, that's his baby. I know it. Like, why would he just randomly be walking on the beach? And La Familia was reunited. James is out surfing. I would love to see that. Teresa is cooking. Kellyanne is being a mother. Like, it was just such a beautiful, beautiful ending. Like, yes, we got our happy fairy tale ending with one happy familia, but you know what? Like, we deserved it. So thank you so much to the writers for doing that. For us, for the fans. Kill count I have for this episode is 6 people. If you really want to be metaphorical, at the part where Teresa says that she killed off that part, I mean, it goes back to episode 9, but we could count it as 7. She literally killed off that portion of Teresa, and she is now living her best life with James and Kellyanne and Pote and Lena, and I wish it was with King George and Marcel and Chicho, but it's not happening, and even Javier, but that can't happen, but we got to do what we can do, right? But the biggest appreciation for the cast and crew for literally putting on the best show I have ever watched. I've never been obsessed with a show like I am this one. Everybody is just super sweet and genuine. I've been so lucky to interact with a lot of them on Instagram, and they're just, like, really involved. I've never seen a show be so involved with their fans as much as this. So, you know, all social media, like the Twitter, Facebook group, especially Instagram, like, everybody is just so sweet. And I also want to shout out the fan pages. Not only do I interact with a lot of them, we, like, send messages back and forth to one another, like FaceTime, voice memos, all of this stuff, but, like, to create a sense of community for Queen of the South has been incredible. I do these recaps for you guys, honestly. So, like, big shout out to the Peter Gadio Club and Queen of the South Club. The content creator for that, the account manager, Anna, she is amazing. I love her. Braga Stan, like, literally, she's all about Elise and the show. The Teresa fan page, and some of the fans that I've talked to directly, like Celine, Federica, Rocio, Renee, Francine, like, you guys are also amazing. And there's so many more people. But thank you guys. Like, this has been amazing to be able to connect with you guys, and, like, let's just keep sharing Queen of the South stuff, our favorite moments, more, like, potential conspiracy theories that maybe we never caught off. Is there a spinoff? Like, we don't know. But in my white suit, pulled back hair, and hoop earrings, I must say goodbye to you all. I love you all. Thank you for watching.